Hello, everybody. I took this trade right here. Can anybody tell me why? Doesn't mean it's going to work, but can anybody tell me why I took that trade? This freaking hammer candle straight down and then back up. Man, that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hammer candle to the long side. This candle opened and reached way down there on a retest of the prior day open back towards the close. See, we bounced off the close to the prior day open, and I took the long right there. And it's the MNQ, so I'm not really risking much. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Please run up. Please run up. Oh, you're going to take me out, aren't you? Yep. All right. Anyways, how's everybody doing this morning? Holy cow. Was yesterday good? Holy cow, was yesterday good? Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey guys, did you know some drivers are ditching their car insurance?
Can everybody hear me? Trying to get my charts up and loaded here. Okay, finally. Yeah, okay, finally. You guys are answering. It just wasn't, my chat wasn't populating. All right, so yeah. All right. Morning. Man, was yesterday. When I signed off the channel, when I signed off the live yesterday, my P&L was $755 or something like that. Predominantly, that was that big $400 trade we got right at the end there in gold. Anyways, they gave me more than half my money back that I had lost. Anyways, so I was up $750. Well, then I sat here and started dealing with my phone calls and stuff like that, and I turned around and man, I took like 2 more trades in the MNQ, and I ended my day up $1,250 some dollars. It's beautiful, just a beautiful trading day. I mean, holy cow, just a beautiful trading day. Once the market finally started moving yesterday, it really set up some beautiful trades. We're kind of having that same situation today where we seem to be hanging out at the open. So, I'd like us to kind of get moving somewhere. We also have some news at 10 o'clock. Don't we at 10? Yeah, construction spending and ISM at 10 o'clock. I'm probably going to be pretty conservative today, says the guy who just took the long in the MNQ, but I'm probably going to be pretty conservative today because I've already hit my objective for the week. And I've actually made up for last week's money too. 1,300. Good job, Joey. But yeah, I was short last week. I only had like $770 or something. So between yesterday and last week, I've now hit my objective for the 2 weeks. I made up for last week's shortcoming. Of course, last week's shortcoming was from my own doing, if not of being, of trying to learn how to stream and trade and, that kind of stuff. But yeah, 1,300 is great, man. Yeah, exactly. If you were patient yesterday, man, I tell you, I got so excited. I did an actual video. an actual video. I haven't done a video in a while. I didn't realize that because these lives have kind of taken over my videos. But I was so excited yesterday afternoon. I did a video showing my trades because I was just like, man, I was bing, 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 bing. It was great. There was some beautiful trades yesterday. Man, some beautiful trades. So right now I'm going to be patient and wait for this news to get over at 10 o'clock and then just see if we can start seeing some trending and some rotations. Be nice. Right now I'm not being patient because I've hit my goals. I'm being patient because we do have news coming up, and I just kind of want to be patient. Yeah. Yesterday was very nice. You know, what's funny is if you guys think back on this, I have said this for whatever reason, but like through August and September, Mondays and Tuesdays have been my best days. Those have been the days where, like, things have been laying out real good. And yesterday was definitely that. Yesterday, everything was just, no, don't get me wrong. I had some losses. I got stopped out of, a few trades. It wasn't like it was roses and poppy flowers. I mean, I was up like $600 and some dollars coming into yesterday's video, lost like 300 of it. And then, got it back with two trades later in the day. I mean, later in the stream, the gold trade and an NQ trade. But yeah, it was nice yesterday. But see, right now we're just sitting in a shitstorm right here. Too much going on. This will tell you something right here. Look at this. So this is the RTY. This bottom line right here, that's the prior day open. This yellow line is the overnight open. So was yesterday a consolidation day? You guys tell me. And even though yesterday was a consolidation day, because these lines, even in the NQ, these lines are all this prior day open and the current overnight open are still real close to each other. Even though yesterday was a consolidating day, we were able to find some beautiful trades because there was movement. There was a lot of movement yesterday. And at the end of the day, price did what I talk about so many times in this case, and in this case, price came back to equilibrium at the end of the day. And that's what it has a tendency to do on consolidating days. Price has a tendency to come back to equilibrium at the end of the day. Oh shit, you got the same thing. I mean, shit, you got the same thing here in the Dow. I'm sorry. YM right here. Prior day open, overnight open. Come on, man. It's like they're right there next to each other. Right there next to each other. Man, we got 7 more minutes until the news. Jesus. It's like, let's just kind of glance at gold for a second. So gold had a crossover retest, okay, of the prior day high. And it even broke this pivot. But I mean, you've got multiple pivots. There's not, you got all this zone in here that you're just rotating in. And so that's a nice crossover, broke this pivot, rolled right back. I mean, it's a great setup for a short, except if you continue to look further to the left, you'll notice you'll be trying to get this to move from here to here in a consolidation nightmare. Man, that gold trade yesterday, that gold trade, it took it an hour to finally happen. But that gold trade yesterday off the static lines, that was just beautiful. Market manipulation at its best. Oh, man. All right, 5 more minutes. How far up did gold go? Oh, my God. Jesus. $39.22. It went to $3,922 this morning in the pre-market. That's just freaking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's just talk about gold for a second here, since we're sitting here waiting for the news. So here's your gold chart in a condensed format. So blew up. Here's our high, way up here at 39.2270 or something like that. And we've rolled around, and here we are. So if I'm sitting here looking at this, I'm hoping that we roll down here in a pretty direct fashion for a rotation back. That's my first thought, is that we get a pretty direct move down here for a rotation back. That's kind of what I'm hoping for right now. Because this thing is sloping down pretty much. Even if we blow through the top of that red line, it's going to be hard to take a 1-minute gold line to the long side because this red line is sloping so far down right now. Been trending down for a long time. $8.55. Hold on here. Oh, wait. God, I'm brain dead. Sorry, Bruce. I'm brain dead. 8.55. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Now you could see the candle stacking up here. Yeah, you can see the candle stacking up here, which if you're sitting here and you're watching this because it didn't give you space or whatever, but you see the candle stacking up and giving you a shelf, then it's always worth throwing a contract on here for the collapse of this shelf. That's not a trade I quote unquote teach, but you can see it. It's just clear. They created a shelf. The candles keep getting pushed down by the 9 EMA. So reach and allow it, because the break is going to possibly create a big collapse, and that's exactly what happened. A lot of times it's just seeing where the stops, the stop losses are stacked up. You know, for the people trying to go back long, where are they going to be stacked up? They're going to be stacked up right here because this shelf got created. Well, why don't you just buy right into their fear? once it drops. Yeah. That's my preferred way of doing it. I don't like executing trades at the line, because if you execute trades at the line, well, what do I use as my stop? When is the trade done for the line? Well, the trade technically is done for the line after it crosses over, sits on it, and then goes long, technically. So I don't know where to put my stop. But like in this case, when this thing broke, my stop would be above that candle right there. 4183. I told this idiot I would call him at noon. Why do you think you need to keep calling me? I messaged this guy, said, I'll call you at noon. And he said, okay. Then what does he do? He calls me back anyways. That's why I need trading to work, so I don't have to deal with customers anymore. All right, let's see here. All right, we had our 10 o'clock news. Now you can see this is why we stayed out of it. This is exactly why we stayed out of this situation. Because you get these big, spiky, ugly candles that you can't trade. It's exactly why we stay out of it. Let me just throw that out there. You can only lose your money once, but you can win money every day. But you can only lose your money once. All right, so now we're done with news. Let's see if we can get some rotations like we got yesterday. If you remember, it really was, I saw things getting better when we got like more towards like 10:30 yesterday. That's when things started becoming a little more crystal clear for me. I mean, I wish I could show you my phone here. I'll call you back roughly at noon. He says, okay. And then he calls me again 15 minutes later. To add insult to injury, it's somebody that told me a week ago that he's not buying a house from me. He's going another direction. How much you want to bet that he found out his other direction? The person was lying to him. And so now I've got to save his situation. How much you want to bet? I got $100 that says that's exactly what the conversation's going to be. That he found out the other direction was lying. And so I'm supposed to stop everything and fix his other direction. Good morning, David. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let me look at some of this stuff here. So, shoot. I'm going to condense some of these charts so I can see better what's going on. I need a bigger look for now so I can see us getting out of consolidation if we do. So I'm going to shrink up my charts a little bit. Shrink up my charts a little bit. Now, gold is doing that one thing I talked about right now. Damn it. It's going to put me in a predicament here soon. Yep, gold is going to put me in a predicament here soon. I think gold might put me in a predicament here soon. That predicament will be it going long, creating a Donchian channel and the 9 EMA rolling up, and then me having to think about taking a long with the red line sloping down so much. And just as soon as I say that, they slam it down. Interesting. Interesting. Yes, yes. If you would agreed with what I told you last week, the price was this, but today the price is this. Yeah, it's a good idea, recovery. All right, come on. The irony is, my housing business is getting busy right now. I've been really busy. I've got 2 appointments this week, one tomorrow and way over towards Raleigh, and another one up towards Virginia on Friday. I got somebody doing one for me tomorrow somewhere else. So I got three appointments to get houses basically situated, where they're going to go on property and stuff. And and all this is just like picked up a lot in the last couple of weeks. So I've really gotten busy lately. All right, what are we looking at over here? Ooh, okay, hold on here. Let me pull the MNQ down here. Let me get gold out of the way because it's obviously not doing diddly squat right now, but I got to pay attention to it because once it decides to collapse to that prior day close, it'll probably do it pretty fast. Okay, what I'm looking at with this MNQ is we got a crossover. What I would have liked it to do is hit my 1 minute gold line here. Yes, sirree. There you go. Hit my 1 minute gold line, please. Hit my 1 minute gold line, please. Come on, hit my 1 minute gold line. Come on. So we had a crossover. We broke this pivot here to the left, to the long side. So we should get a rotation back up to here. What I wanted it to do was clear out the 9 EMA before I looked to take the trade. I would like it to clear out the 9 EMA, get that out of the way, get this out of the way. Come on, down one more. There you go. All right, now, now I am going to have a long right here in case it rotates up in it. And it just might not. You never know. You never know. You never know. Now, if this candle here closes below this prior day open, I'm not doing anything. I mean, you guys all know that, right? So I got to keep paying attention to this. Because you need to speed up your video, Thomas. I can't. It's going to constantly keep dragging behind. You got to speed it up. Go to your little playback speed, change it to 125, and it'll start catching up. Oh shit! Don't, Jesus! I don't want to take a long there. Sorry. Jesus, I almost screwed up by talking to the chat. I don't want to do that. Here we got the same situation over here with the RTY now. See that? We crossed over on the RTY. We've come back down to here. So we should be looking, we broke this pivot here. We should potentially be looking for a long here. Back up to here. Okay, now go. Come on. Go. Man, go. There you go. All right, now let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Keep going. Run. Run to the moon, Alice. Come on. There you go. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I find it usually you're about 12 seconds behind. That's what people tell me. Come on, go, go. Go, RTY. Go, go. Come on, baby, go. 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 Man, I tell you what, I did not expect it to run that far, that fast. I did not expect this. So that's kind of got me a little leery because it's going too fast, straight up. Yeah, I did not expect that. Damn it. I really didn't want it to do that. Let me blow this up. Shit. Come on, RTY. Come on. Come on. Man, come on. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Come on, RTY. Go. Yeah. This is what I didn't want it to do. Come on. Yep. Damn it. It's going to come down and test, and then it's going to roll up. God dang it. Dang it. I didn't want it to do that. I didn't want it to run off too fast. So I got to hold it. When it does that, you just got to let it breathe and hope it rotates off that 9. Come on. There you go. Let's go. Come on. There you go. Now rotate. There you go. Come on. Let's go. It's a scary moment. I get that. But it just, when it runs that fast, it's going to have to breathe. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Now let's go. Now rotate. Rotate. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Shit. I'm gonna have to pull the trigger here soon with my stop. because I'm going to have to pull the trigger here soon. Come on. I'll put my stop in to where it's break even or whatever. All right, here we are. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Now let's go. Let's go. This goes back to what I was talking about with personalities. If you got to know the personality of your instrument to understand what was going on with that RTY. I knew when it did this, it was going too fast for the RTY. So it was going to have to breathe. Come on. You need to get going now. Now you need to break this pivot right here. Once it breaks this pivot right here, I need to either get to there or just follow the candles. It's got to break this pivot right here. This one right here. Got to break it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, you dog. Jesus. That's not good. That's not good. Come on. There you go. All right. Now run. There you go. Okay, let's run. Let's run to the moon, Alice. Run to the moon. I'm going to protect myself now at the bottom of that candle and just see if we can walk our way to our target. It's kind of seeming like I'm asking for a lot today out of this damn thing. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Jesus. Wow. Break the top. Break the top. Nah, I'm done. All right, I called it. I closed it out. I closed it out. It's just, that just didn't have any leg in it. God dang it. I'll be right back. God dang it. You see, now it's gone. See, it's collapsing. Yeah. So here's the deal on that. When it ran up the first time, I just know from trading this. See, you had your crossover, your retest. When it ran up the first time, it was going too fast. So I knew it was going to breathe, but it was going to breathe into the gold line. So I had to leave my stop down here, let it breathe. And then when it broke this pivot the second time to the long side, I knew that if the candle to my left collapses, it's going to breathe a lot harder. And that's exactly what it did. Anyways, sorry about that. I got little. Anyways, man, gold has just decided it's going to sleep today. What the hell? Man, gold isn't doing a damn thing. All right, let me get focused again. Sorry. Freaking RTY. Ah, baby, look at you, sweetheart. I mean, the trade is from line to line. It's probably going to the prior day high. But I was trading the 9 EMA rotations. God dang it. Anyways. Yeah, the YM did the same thing, breathed, but it didn't have the big collapse. And so if you follow the back of the candles on the YM, you got a much better trade out of that. It was the exact same trade with the YM as the RTY. Exact same trade. Exact same trade. It's just the YM did a better rotation than the RTY. The RTY got that big red candle right here. Versus there's no big, this one did the same thing. Had you crossover, you sit on, and then it rolled up, and then it sat on the 9, and then the 9 just walked it up. But the damn thing's going to do what the hell I said. Jesus. Anyways, I am looking at MNQ. I am looking at MNQ. I'm looking at it right now. It's literally mirroring. I mean, literally mirroring the ES. I'm looking at both of them. The MNQ and the ES are mirroring each other today. I mean, I'm talking spitting image. So I am looking at both of them. But I'm not going to chase the MNQ. The MNQ may come back to test. It's going to come back and test something. That you can be sure of. The question is what and when. Kind of like gold yesterday. I mean, it took off. It took it freaking an hour to come back and test the line it needed to test, but it did. Man, RTY, baby, you let me down. You let me down. I should have taken the YM version of the trade. I should have taken the YM version of the exact same trade. Like the YM and the RTY are mirroring each other, and the ES and the NQ are mirroring each other today. It's literally comical. I mean, it's amazing. Except this big red candle right here versus over here. All right, so we're rotating down in the MNQ, hopefully back to the overnight open. I will show that if it keeps happening. Freaking Jesus. God dang it. So frustrating. So frustrating. So frustrating. Yeah, the YM was the cleaner move this time. So many times the RTY is clean. I mean, I just fuck. I can tell you right now, everybody. If I take on this pullback here, if I take the ES, you should take the MNQ. If I take the MNQ, you should take the ES. Because it'll be the one I don't take. That'll have the smoother trade. I'm guaranteeing it. It's just the way it works. That's how my life rolls. I mean, it literally is how my life rolls. Man, gold is literally asleep. This is just amazing. Anybody, let's just do a quick glance at the gold chart. Look at that. That's gold. The beast that has been printing money daily is taking a nap. Awesome. Excellent, Joe. I wish I had taken the YM. I wish I had taken the YM instead of the freaking RTY. Shit. I knew that RTY took off too fast. I knew it. I said, this is going too fast. This is not good. NQ, what are you doing? Oh, shit. By the way, Joe, can't you see that prior day high was exact? That was the target. You can see that on that YM chart. That was the target. So, the cool part about having like in these consolidation markets is you can see the targets. It's not just the trade. You can also see what the target's going to end up being. God dang it. Frustrating. The NQ's in limbo, so it's going to have to do something first. It's going to have to do something first. It's hanging out in space right now, and so is the ES. So they're going to have to do something. They're either going to have to, it's going to either have to pick up pace and run into the high for a rejection, or it's going to have to roll over, or it's going to have to roll over and get a long here. But it's already done a 1 minute gold line right here. Of course, it was not a tradable event for us because it was below the prior day open. It's got to do something. It's just sitting in limbo right now. Gold is actually going to do something. Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay. I'm going to start paying attention to gold now because gold is actually moving. Yeah, gold finally broke. So hopefully it creates hopefully gold hopefully gold can show its hand by popping through the top of this pivot right here, so we can see the intent is to go long. Right now, it's not. We're still in big consolidation. Big consolidation, Jesus. So we need it to show. We need it to show that it wants to go long by sticking its finger through here and then rotating hopefully back for a 1 minute gold line long. That would be ideal. If we can get this to pop through the top of this pivot right here, then rotate back to the 1 minute gold line, we can catch a long here. That would be nice. That would be nice. So that's what I'm looking for there right now. But I really would like it to see it. I really would like to see it break that pivot. That one I was talking about. Because that's where the consolidation started, was that far pivot to the left on the 934 candle. Wow. Fuck. Ah, shit. Well, I made $165 on that RTY trade. I mean, you know, I at least did that. I made $165. I was trying to make 400. I was trying to make 400. So let me mention something that was like a flash. This software stuff that I use here, it'll create, I think they're called shorts. It'll create shorts every once in a while and send them to me to review, like because it wants me to buy the service of using shorts, but they create the shorts based off of AI or something. Anyways, they sent me a short yesterday for me to just watch, and it was me sitting here explaining that, you know, trading is and to sum it up, if I sit here for 2 hours and trade, okay, remember my intent when I enter a trade is to be in it like maybe 3 minutes. Yesterday's trades, I don't think I took one that lasted more than 3 minutes. Well, let's just say 3 minutes. And let's just say I take 4 trades a day. Okay. That's 12 minutes I'm in a trade. So what does that mean? Well, if I sit here for 2 hours, that means most of the time I'm just sitting here staring at charts. And so, you know, just because you're not pushing the button and being in a trade right now doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't mean you need to feel compelled to have to. Yeah, I don't think I took a trade yesterday that was more than 3 minutes. Man, it was just, I mean, ting, 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 ting. I mean, the stuff was hitting good. The RTY trade today I took was definitely more than 3 minutes. That one was more than 3 minutes, but it. Come on, gold, start doing something. Gold's reaching. It's trying to reach to go through that pivot I talked about on the left. It's trying. It really needs to. It really needs to break that pivot. So the ES and the NQ are sitting on 1 minute gold lines, but I'm not taking either one of them because they're not first attempts, and there hasn't been a reset, and we are definitely stretched in both cases. There needs to be a bigger reprieve. Okay, gold broke that high I talked about. Gold broke that high broke that pivot right there. See that? It broke this pivot to the long side. All right. That's good news. That's good news. That's good news. That's really good news. So hopefully, all right. I'm trying to see if there's anything above us. No. Hopefully we can get a nice, good pullback right into here and then a long back up to here. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. Come on, gold. We need it. Remember, we need it to be deliberate. We need it to be deliberate. So I'm waiting for that to happen. The NQ just looks like it's going to walk its way up. The ES was a lot more smooth doing it, that's for sure. Yeah, it did. It actually did work. I was not going to take it. Obviously, it's too far stretched for me. I mean, it should go to here. This rotation should go to here. Because the ES has nothing ahead of it. So that, yeah, so there it is. See, there it goes. The ES has nothing ahead of it. So this should go to here. All right, come on, gold. Come on, gold. All right. But what the NQ? Oh my God! It front run the high. It did. It front run the high. Shit. It's got to just be resting. See right here, it front ran the high by two full points. That's interesting. All right, I'm looking at gold here. Looking at gold. Need this candle to close. Our rotation here is 4 to 6, so about $200 before it starts bumping its head. Oh shit! Damn it! I didn't. I was reading this stupid. not Orville. Not that your comment was stupid, but I was reading that and I missed the freaking trade. There it goes. There it goes. Come on, gold. Rotate up. Come on, gold. Rotate. Rotate for those that are in it. Come on, gold. Come on. Get some leg. Get some leg. There you go. Get some leg. So it should be hopefully okay until it gets to this point right in here, which is like 907.8. That's about the area it might run out of gas initially. Hopefully it makes it to that. Come on. Come on, gold. Come on, gold. Yikes. That's not good. Come on. Rotate. 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 All right, I'd have my stop right here underneath this candle that's rotating now if you're still in it. And then you start praying that this thing runs. Oh, God, no. Nope. So I'm sorry, Orville. You ready for this, Bob? I took some full-size NQs this morning, pre-market. Total net profit, 7 accounts, 28.32. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. What I would love to see right here is a rotation back down to here. Rotation from here to here as both a red line and a prior day high for the long side. Well, yeah, that's usually how that works. I actually am surprised it didn't just run to the moon because I was reading Orville's comment before I and missed the trade. Because 100% of the trades I miss usually work. Usually 100% of the trades I miss work. All right, so I know not all of you do this, but hold on. Let me roll this over. So right now, in both the YM and the ES, so let me throw the ES down here. We are about ready to test. Now, see, the ES has not been there. We are about ready to test the overnight open. If we can get that ES to keep those down directions, that's what we want. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want it to keep doing down directions to here. That'd be potentially a beautiful long. Dang it. People quit texting me. No, I need you to go down, ES. The YM looks like it's about ready to do that. Come on, ES. Run down. Ah. Come on, YM. I'd be keen for a YM long. I mean, shit. It rotated over, sat on top of this line, and went straight to the prior day high that Joe caught. And then it rotated all the way back down to here. I mean, come on. That's just beautiful. I think Joe took that trade. I mean, that went through the prior day high by a tick. Went through the prior day high by, no, don't worry about it, Orville. You actually saved me money. I would have lost money in that damn gold trade. I would have ended up losing probably about $100. But I'm just shocked as shit that it didn't take off because I wasn't in it. Come on, YM. ES, one of you guys, get moving. Yeah, they're right here. This is the red line right here. This is the gold line right here. The trade that everybody just, well, not everybody, but most everybody got involved in was right here. Yesterday in the NQ, man, the red line was just printing freaking money. Here's a gold. The red line was printing money. Holy cow! In the NQ yesterday. Here's a gold line right here. Boom, right back up to the high. Yeah, we use them every day. Use the gold line and the red line every day. They just got to be in play. Right now, I'm looking more at the static lines because I'm thinking we're going to rotate back down to the overnight open in both YM and the ES for a potential rotation long. And why do I say that? Well, are these lines working? We crossed over, sat on top of the overnight open, and went straight to the prior day high, went through it by a tick, and then rotated back down to the overnight open. So are those lines working? Yeah, those lines are working pretty good for the YM. If you can find your target by a tick on something like the YM, you're doing pretty good. Joe in here took that trade, and he front run the prior day high and caught all that money. That might be why gold isn't doing shit, American Patriot. Gold isn't doing shit today because it's hanging out with oil. Whoa! Something just happened. Oh, you know what it is? Was it? No, I don't know. Here's gold right here. Look at that. Gold just collapsed like crazy. Gold just collapsed. Yeah, no shit. I've only had one trade today, and I made $165. That's all. It was a beautiful art. It went to target. It was an RTY trade, but I got knocked out. Hold on, I forgot my coffee cup. I went to go make some more coffee, forgot my coffee cup. Hold on. What the heck is going on with gold? I don't know. It's acting crazy, though. So while it's acting crazy like that, we need to just stay back, observe it, and wait till it starts getting rhythmic. Because it'll get rhythmic, and then we'll be able to make some money off of it. That's my guess. Right now, we just need to let it. We need to let it let it do its thing. Oh man, a nice rotation down to the prior day open and along. That'd be nice. So I'm going to keep my eyes on that. Keep my eyes on that. What are we doing here? All the equities have gone to sleep, my friends. I'm going to take ES and get it out of the way now. Oh man, RTY didn't go to sleep. What the hell? Oh man, Jesus, I didn't even notice that. Shoot, we had a 5-minute red line set up in the RTY. Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Shit. Damn it. I don't want to chase it. I don't want to chase it, but that would be it right there. My stop would be right here. Back to the long side. Man, I had the freaking ES covering my chart up. Yep. God dang it. God dang it. Oh, shoot. Shoot, man. I missed that RTY. Overnight open. 5-minute red line. First, here's your crossover. Boom. Here's your daily high. Boom. There you are. Both of those lines at the same time. Here's your long. My stop would be below this candle right here now. So I'd still be in a loss position, but if I got knocked out. God dang it. I missed that. Did anybody get that RTY? Man, I had the damn ES covering it up. God dang it. Shit. I would like gold to test this high. That's what I'd like gold to test that high right there. That's what I would like. Well, it might break down. That RTY is, I'm just frustrated I didn't take that trade. Now, it's not really doing anything, but it's a heck of a setup. It certainly had a deliberate move right to our rejection area. Jesus. Yeah, I'm frustrated about that. I missed that. Is gold going to go? Is gold going to go? Yeah, the RTY, I'd be at even right now. I would. God dang, it's a beautiful trade. What's the money on that? 51, 57. Shit. $600, man. $600 right there, that RTY. And that is fuck. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I missed that trade. I missed calling that trade out. I missed calling that trade out on the RTY. I had the ES sitting over here covering up the screen. See what happens anytime I drag something over to this screen here, unless I move that instrument out, I can't see it anymore. Remind you of a joke. Okay, Ed. I'm Irish, in case you guys haven't figured that out. And Irish people have a tendency to have very emotional expressions. I don't know. How do you do that? That's a good one, Ed. I like that. Perfect. That would work, especially an 90-year-old Irish woman. Yeah. It is a mainstay word in the Irish language. In in Ireland they have, I can't remember what it is, but there's like 18 definitions of that word, and they're used as a verb, an adjective, a noun. Yeah. Gold. Let me see here. I don't know. I don't know about gold. I would prefer, and I said this before. I said this yesterday. This exact thing I'm about to say. I would prefer taking longs in gold, period. Just because the market only wants to move gold long right now. I mean, there is just no ifs, ands, buts about it. It's not manipulated like equity markets. So it's its own beast. So it has nothing really influencing it. And so I would prefer to just be looking at longs in gold. Again, I say many, many times, read the charts and trade the charts. But I really have an exception right now to gold, because I really think that right now it's so what I would like gold to do as it keeps on melting its way back through the prior day high is I would like it to rotate up and then come and sit on that high, and boom, I would feel so much more confident in that right now. If we just rotate up, create some space, then sit on that high, and then wham. And then you're looking at a $600-700 trade right there. Yeah, the problem is, Carlos, is I'm also half blind. Like I have to squint to even read these things. So like that's why I have these big screens. because I really like when I tell you guys my profit at the end of the day, I can barely read the profit. I can barely read it because I'm like half blind. So I just think we have. So my point is, I just think we have an opportunity. Here's another thing about gold. Let's just talk for just a second. This is a big flush candle right here. This is a big flush candle. You know how many stops they cleaned out when they did this, and then it's melting its way back up. The market manipulators have to have a reason to bring it down here. Well, they already cleaned out all these stops. Does that make sense? They already cleaned out all those stops. So, they don't have much motivation to put it back down. I mean, a big candle like that. Call that a flush candle. And by the way, I'm used to seeing those. I learned this little thing right here, these flush candles in oil, because oil is notorious for having those big flush candles. And then once that flush candle happens, boy, then you just rotate the other way for the rest of the day. Because they manipulated it, squeezed out the stops, and then wham, now you're going the other way. Shit. Oh, God. Sorry. Yeah, now what I want gold to do now is I want it to rotate over, if it will. The problem is it doesn't seem to have much volume right now. I would like it to rotate over, sit on top of our prior day high, and then us catch a long towards the current day high. It's really moving like it doesn't have any volume right now. And then so the NQ just went through the prior day high, but I mean, it walked its way there. See, it went here and then rotated down and it went here. So there's no short here. There's just no short here. That RTY trade's going to work. It's just going to take its sweet ass time. It's just going to take its sweet ass time. Oh yeah, since it broke this pivot right here, yeah, it's going to take its sweet ass time, but it's going to go there. Damn it. Come on, gold. Does everybody understand what I mean by they flushed out all the stops? You see that? And then, you know what I mean? So there's no motivation to bring it back. Oh. Okay, let's pay attention now. Let's pay attention now to gold. Let's pay attention now. Let's pay attention. It's obviously got forced down to this area. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. Now sit there. Sit there. Just sit there. Just sit there. I need you to sit there. Just sit there. Don't run up on me yet. Don't run up. Just sit there. Just sit there. I need you to just sit there. Oh, come on, just sit there. Sit. Where are we? 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Are you going to rotate or are you going to spin down? Oh, it might spin down. Huh. Wow. Yep, I'm killing it. I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything. I am not taking anything in gold right now. Hold on here. Wow. That rolled back over again here. So the RTY gave it up. God dang it. Jesus. All right, hold on here. God dang it. Roll up, roll up, roll up, damn it. Shit. Oh, shit, shit, shit. Where's my chart? Keep going, keep going. Shit. So I caught this little dog right here because it was a crossover, daily high, 1 minute gold line in the ES. And I'm going to just shoot it back to the daily high if I can. Just a little something, something, something. That was real easy. That was easy to see. I mean, you can't get more deliberate than that. Anyways, I just didn't have time to call it out because I glanced up and saw it. And look at that. What a dog. It literally went to that target and rotated back down. Just, yeah. I think I got 2 points out of that. Nothing big, $100. Yeah, $100. I'm at 2. God, I can't read this shit. Told you I can't read it. 256, I think. Or is that 296? No, I'm at 296. 296. 296 for the day. 296. Hey, there's your $300 day. Of course, what's his name? Orville's blowing that away. Orville comes on here and says, Bob, I want to make $300 a day so I can retire early. And then yesterday he nails $1,300, and today he hit 20. Where is it, Orville? You had the number $3,100. $3,100. That's insane. Man. Yeah, over 3,200. Okay. Yeah, all right. Boy, that just, by the way, again, for those of you taking evaluation trades and looking to get funded, you see this trade right here in the ES? You know, those of you, trading Apex or whatever, or Top Step or whatever, here it is, rotation boom there. Here it is, rotation, boom, there. On the ES, and then here it got reset, rolled up, rotation there. That trade right there is exactly how I was profitable for 30 some days straight and got my first payout from Apex. That's exactly how I did it. Was on that instrument right there. And that exact setup on that exact line. I just did 1 minute gold lines, rotation cross, piercing it, smooth pullback, boom, back to the pivot. That exact trade I just took. That's exactly how I was profitable for 30 some days straight when I started this channel. And I took my PA account. Back in those days, you had to trade like, it was something ridiculous, like 20 days to even request a payout. So I did, and that's what I did every day for like 20 days. And then I got my payout on $50,000 account. That's exactly the trade right there. Exactly the trade. Study that trade. And I'll tell you another thing. I'll get to that in a second, Ed. I'll tell you another thing on that trade. I did it manually. You put this TradeSaber free TradeSaber system on your chart. And it's like, that's the only way I got that trade. If I was still putting manual orders on, I would have missed that trade. I only just looked up and I'm like, oh shit. And I pushed the button and it put my order line on there and then bam, I was in. And so that free TradeSaber entry system has really helped me out. It's helped me so I could trade multiple charts also. But I did all those trades manually. So to answer your question, Ed, I used targets that I managed. So like, for example, on this one right here, notice, because my target, my ATM had it up here. I grabbed it and put it here. Why did I put it there? Because I know the rotation is going to go from here to here. Is it going to go? And like on this one here, I would have had the rotation right here at the high. Because the high usually is resistance. Now this one went through, that's great. But so I created my targets. If the distance from, let me give you this answer. If the distance from here to here is sufficient to make a decent profit trade, then I put my target there. You know what I mean? So the distance, I picked the wrong line, but I mean, from where your entry is, which is here to here, then I would go to that. But when you can see something above you, you can, be a little more aggressive and say, well, we're going to take it. They're not going to just take it to here. They're going to take it to the high. When this rotated down, I just put my target one tick in front of the high. So I created my own target, to answer your question, Ed. And that's exactly how I was profitable 30 some days straight. That's how I started this YouTube channel. And that's that is the trade. And there's no way you're going to screw up any consistency rules or any bullshit like that, because you're not doing anything stupid. You're just taking a ding for $200 or whatever. and you just pluck your way. You just pluck your way to your payout. No problem, Ed. No problem. I love that trade. And, you know, and the reality of it is, it's like, you know, I trade these other things, but if I really needed to sit down and I needed to make $200 today, this is exactly what I would look at. This is exactly what I would look at. The hell with everything else. Let me get this out of the way. But that Trade Saber tool, man, I'm telling you, just right there, just that Trade Saber tool right there just made me all that money. And it's a free tool. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to, because there's no way I would have been able to click and get the order and drag it to the right spot as price is jumping right through where my order is. Oh yeah, the ES, especially the ES, Thomas. That is the one and only instrument. When I started this YouTube channel, it was the instrument that I used to be consistent and get me through the gauntlet of getting a payout with Apex. I believe back in those days, it's not the same anymore, but we could have a long story as to why it's different now. But I believe back in those days, I had to have, by the way, I didn't call this out, but you had I want to say this quickly, you had your crossover retest of your prior day high in the NQ, and there it went. But anyways, but in the ES, back in those days, you had to pass an eval, you had to trade for 10 days. And then once you did that for 10 days, you had to have, a certain level of profitability. Yeah, you have to have a certain level of profitability, if not more, blah, 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 blah. And obviously you couldn't have your trailing stop hit you, all that stuff. But then once you passed, then you bought your PA. Well, yeah, I'm pretty confident you had to trade for 20 damn days to get paid. And they only paid you like once a month or some stupid shit. So even that, like you could have gotten your 20th day the day after the one day they pay a month. And so you'd have to wait, it was just a lot more cumbersome. Or maybe they paid you twice a month. I can't remember. But I do remember it was 20 days. Well, I sit there and I said, well, 20 days, the reason they did 20 days is because they knew if you sat in front of your chart for 20 days, your discipline would break down and you would blow up your account. That's the reason they did that. And that's what most people did. Yeah, I'm looking at gold. It's got to be a little more deliberate than it is right now. I am looking at gold though. But yeah, there was this little crossover retest. Did you do this, Ed? It works on the Trade Saber. Well, the way I know Trade Saber is on Ninja. I've got it on Ninja. I'm telling you, this Trade Saber thing is a godsend. 15th and the last day of the month. Okay. All right, Orville. Thank you. Yeah. So you had to get your 20 days in by a certain day. I remember looking at the calendar at times going, oh, crap, I'm going to miss the day, blah, blah, blah. But that strategy right there in the ES I swear to God, is really what made me make it through the gauntlet of 10 days and 20 days of trading without, blowing up my accounts and doing something stupid. Not really. Oh, you're in the W. Yeah, then the M. Yeah, the M. It was an M. Yeah. It had double legs. It had a lower top than the other one. You are correct. The short you talking about, Ed, over here on the MNQ? I didn't take it, but it certainly worked really well. It's certainly working very well. I've said this how many times, folks? And I'll say it again 50 more times. And I'll say it 50 more times. And I'll say it 50 more times. And I'll say it 50 more times. I see like that MNQ. If the chart was reversed, I'd have been taking it. Because I see, oh, ES, okay. I see the charts to the short side. I mean, to the long side. I struggle seeing it to the short side. I always have. I've always struggled seeing short trades. So if you visualize this pattern right here, if you visualize this pattern right here, what happened right here in the MNQ, if you visualize this in reverse, it would have been impossible for me to not take this to the long side. Meaning, if it had broken down below the prior day high and then rotated and sat on top of it, it would have been impossible for me to not take that to the long side. I just struggle seeing the charts upside down. I just struggle. I know my weaknesses in trading, and I'm very outspoken about them. You know, I think that's also, it's kind of like, you know, therapy. You just got to accept what your weaknesses are. But if that trade was in reverse, I'd be in it, because it would have been just punching me in the face to take it. Ah, shoot, man. Is oil inventory today? Is oil inventory today? American Patriot? We didn't have any holidays, right? No. I don't think we did. No, we didn't. This is interesting. The YM is going through it's going and creating a new high right now, and everybody else is flat. Is that yes, Ed, on that, my question? Okay. I haven't looked at an oil chart in so long, because there's just, you know, with gold moving the way gold is moving, oil's just not doing it anymore for me. There's not enough money on the table. And they're both very similar on how they move. It's just I'm getting more return for my buck in gold than I am in oil. Oh, it was at 10:30. Okay. All right. A lot of times after the oil inventory report, though, you let it do its thing for about 15, 20 minutes, and then you could find some good trades. Damn it. Jesus. All right, what I'm looking at, hopefully, is a YM rotation down to here and then long. That's what I'd like. I tell you, gold looks like it's going to go long. The problem is it's sitting at equilibrium right now at the end of the day, kind of late in the day. I'd really like to see the YM rotate right here. Rotate right through here. I'd love to see it rotate right here. Direct and obvious. All right. Oh, maybe. Exactly, Ed. Well, political instability is a nice way of saying retarded government that prints money for no reason because they can't fucking do anything right to cover up their own freaking stupidity. The American people just don't understand. You cannot sit there and just have your government continue to print money to function. Open up a history book. This is not going to have a good ending. But nobody gives a shit. We're a now society. Now. Come on, YM. Come on, YM. Come on. Break down. Come on. Yeah, that gold meandered too long to get there. I mean, it just really did, man. I mean, it hung up right here. I mean, now there's going to be pressure to keep price north. Okay, so focus on this. It's kind of like yesterday in the NQ. There was pressure to keep price north of the open. Well, that's what you got right here. Is you got pressure to keep price north of the open in gold. But when you had this situation right here, the anticipation of having a reaction by, bing is just not there because the rubber band is not stretched. Yeah, I'm with you, Thomas, but I'll stick with the other Thomas Jefferson. I don't need to read anything from Ray Dalio. All I got to do is listen to the words of Thomas Jefferson. He's the one that told us. So why are you just wandering up there, YM? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm with you there. That's Orville. That's an amazing day, my friend. That really is. You guys are just embarrassing me. I got my $300. Yeah, exactly, Ed. It's embarrassing me. Just embarrassing me, Orville. That's fine with me. He was a deficit spender. Totally agree. But he didn't believe in print money to get out of that deficit. Come on, YM. Combine, is that a top step terminology? I think isn't that what they call it? Is it top step that you're doing, Mike? Because they use the term combine, I think. Ed, if I told you what I thought about the government on this live stream, there'd be knocks on my door, and there'd be a lot of people on this live stream probably thinking I'm insane. But I truly believe the greatest enemy to the American people is its government. There's some beautiful people on this live stream from around the world. But without my government, how would I know that I'm supposed to hate some of those people? Let that sink in slowly. Come on, YM. You can do this. Are you gonna make me go look at are you gonna make me go look at oil? Yeah. Nice to hear from you from Romania. It's one of the great things about the internet and me doing these YouTubes is I get messages from all over the world from very nice people, and but probably 25% of those people, my government's telling me I should hate them, and in their countries, probably their government's telling them they should hate me. Right. Sure, Ed. I'll tell you quick, interesting story before I leave. I I went to the University of Notre Dame, and when I was there, I was in a specific program, and there was 200 of us in the program. And in that program, 40% of the people in that program were from somewhere else in the world. So there was people from all over the world. I mean, so figure this out. 40% of the people that I was in this special program with for my degree, 40% of them were from another part of the world. And I mean, if you spend a couple of years studying with those people, working with those people, and dealing with those people, and laughing with those people, and crying with those people, and going through, things, you realize that everybody in Russia, everybody in Romania, everybody in Brazil, everybody in Colombia, everybody in Mexico, we all want the same thing. We all want to just live our lives, provide for our families, and be left alone at the end of the day. But without your government telling you that you're supposed to hate all these people, how would I know? How would I know they're so bad? Yeah. So I have a full appreciation for humanity, and no appreciation for government. Okay, I'll look at that, Orville. I will. I'll look at that. Great. M and W pattern. Yeah, I struggle with the M patterns, as you know, because that's to the downside. I struggle with the M patterns, man. But if there's a W pattern in front of me, by golly, I'm a beast. Yeah, exactly, Larry. Oh, good job. Good job, Jeff. I don't know if anyone will believe me, but you were the one who changed my life. Last year, I started following you and watched all your videos, and I ended up making $3K every month. That is amazing. And you're doing that down in Brazil, right? Yeah. That's the email. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Orville. You're doing that in Brazil, right? The 3K? I've got a subscriber in Mexico doing really well too. He messaged me recently. I mean, it's you can make some money, and you're living in, say, Mexico. Romania. Sorry. I do have some people from Brazil that also do this. Yeah, it's a lot of money. That's exactly the point I was going to get to. Like in Mexico, the guy down there making money doing this, it's a lot of money to him, meaning it's a lot of money in his market. That's excellent news, Adrian. I'm glad to hear that. Again, it's like, if I can just, I get more out of helping people than I do. I know it sounds corny. It sounds very cliche, but it's not. It's just something you learn from all the things that people have done for me in my life and helped me out at times, and how many times I've been stranded without somebody to help me. And it's just, it's not that big of a deal for me to sit here and just say, hey guys, this is what I try to do. Try it yourself. And if it works, great. Someday what I need to do is do like this just popped in my head. Do like a a Zoom or something and interview some of you people. That's what I really need to do. Because, you know, if others can see that this simplicity is helping you, maybe it can help them. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm going to end this stream because I've got to make some phone calls. I ended up $300 up today. Nothing big. But yeah, Zoom is a great idea, isn't it? I need to figure out how to do that. But that would be a good thing to do. Jim, he's probably already gone, but Jim would be the first one I'd do. Jim would be the first one because Jim's story is very interesting. His experience and my experience are almost the same. We have very similar backgrounds. Very similar backgrounds. Yeah. Exactly, Ed. Well, here, okay. So here's funny, Ed. Let me just say this. I will tell you this. So Ed, let me just say this. So I have had this YouTube channel for like 3 years. Anyways, I got monetized or whatever the term they use, like maybe 6 months after I had it or something like that. And I never did the tax stuff. Like they wanted my tax info and all that kind of stuff so that they could send me the money. And I just didn't, I just ignored them. So I ignored them for like 14 to 16 months. They kept messaging me, hey, you know, you need to send us your stuff. You need to send us your stuff. Anyway, so finally I said, okay, fine. So I sent them my tax info. And they sent me, they wired me a check. Okay. So just so you guys know, I am making a bucket load of money off you. Last month, for the whole month, it was $112. So I get paid from YouTube, but I mean, it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's nothing. And it doesn't cost you guys anything for me to get paid. But yes, I got a whole whop. I think it was $112 last month. Yes. I mean, come on, man. And it's only, and they forced me, they kept saying, take the money, take the money, take the money. And I finally said, okay. And then they paid me. And then now they pay me every month, like $120 or something, you know. Anyways, everybody have a good day. I'll talk to you later.